It's always great to come to the Twin Cities and watch Ultimate Frisbee from TCO Stadium in Eagan. Carl Eckwurzel and the Atlanta Hustle are here in the Twin Cities for the first time. They've been the most impressive team in the league. Their old teammate Justin Burnett hopes to get them tonight. Will Brandt, the championship weekend MVP, trying to show these guys from Georgia what it means to be a champion. The Hustle are still looking for their first ever appearance at championship weekend. The Winchell have been at the Final Four each of the past 2 years, and they won it all a season ago. And with that, we say good evening and welcome to TCO Stadium, everybody. Free Friday Frisbee. What a matchup to wrap up the month of May with Charlie Eisenhood, the czar of Ultiworld. I am Evan Lepler. And Charlie, no team has been better through the first month plus of the season than the Atlanta Hustle. The Minnesota Winchell, high variance squad. How do they play their best tonight to really challenge the Hustle on their home field?
Well,
nearly a quarter of the quarter already off the clock. Holzmeyer floats it, a wobbler for Miller, who gives it right back to the big man. Holzmeyer, nearly 3 minutes in, scores the game's opening goal.
lost them the game against Chicago when they only scored 11 goals.
McClamrock hammer to the end zone, deflected and caught. Kobira has the Hustle break.
Well, you just lob it up there and let your guys make a play, and sometimes it works out. You see this?
Here's Pollard, former member of the Philly Phoenix. Another marquee addition for the Minnesota Winchell in the offseason. Barry shoots it, looking to Clerk's way. Testing Ramsey. And great position from DeClerc on the underthrown disc. And it's Matt Rader in the end zone.
Wow. Risky pass. Brett Holzmeyer was right in that lane.
Badgered in the backfield by Vandy Mortel, so Holzmeyer finds Miller, and now back to Taylor, who rips it downfield. Austin Knabb denied by Burnett. Hayden wants a call. He's not. Klain gets free from McClamrock and shoots it deep. A couple targets in the area. This is a jump ball in the end zone, and it's well read for the Minnesota score. Quinn Snyder.
And completely out of rhythm to start this possession.
Ryan Flick, just before the game was activated, he's kind of in the Christian Olsen spot. That's a dangerous opportunity. It's a Callahan. James Pollard rips it down for Minnesota. First lead of the night for the Winchell.
Big game, James. An easy Callahan, one of the easiest you will see at this level.
And it all started with a pull. And Miller, 100 yards away from the other end zone. Could we have two Callahans in a row? No, he's just going to chuck it out of trouble. And it's Justin Burnett winning the matchup with Austin Knabb once again. Even though they're right in this game, they don't look as comfortable as they often have on offense through the first 5 weeks of the season. Scuba to the end zone. Oh, what a catch by Miller with Crapful an inch away from getting the block.
Well,
here's Flick going with a backhand, and that's a beauty. Wilson Holiday with his third score of the half. Matt Rader's an interesting fit on this team. He has been since he joined, and he was supposed to play with the Winchell the 2020 season. He had came to a couple practices, and then the season got down because of the pandemic. They like the fact that he adds just a competitive fire and a winning mentality, and he's been playing at a high level for a really long time. He's got a lot of miles on him, but he's still only 33. Brett Bergmeyer, talented handler, floats it downfield, and Knoll comes in for the block, and Knoll is hurt. Sean Knoll has been such a game-changing. They're 6-0. They're down by 1. And Austin Knabb wants it all, and Adam Miller accelerates into the end zone. So one throw after the Knoll block. It's Hayden Austin Knabb to Adam Miller. Kenny Taylor hunting the block, and he gets the layout on Savell Fernandez. Opportunity here for Atlanta to retake the lead.
What an individual play from...
There's a wind-blown thunder stick in the end zone right now. Meanwhile, DeClercq lost his footing. Kind of a chaotic sequence, and Taylor drills it for Eckwurzel, who spikes it. It's an Atlanta break to give the Hustle the lead again. Different places around the league are coming into the UFA, and the regular season really heats up. And there's a block for Polk, and this could be another opportunity at the buzzer. Polk to McClamrock with 2. Look into the end zone, and Matt Rader casually says, that's mine. But it's a 1-goal lead for Atlanta at the half. Miller to Brock. The league's all-time leading goal scorer with a pretty nice toss into the end zone. Adam Miller has another Atlanta goal.
I thought it hit the ground first. We'll have to see in the replay.
Austin Taylor shoots it. Brett Holzmeyer accelerates away from Pollard. On the goal line, Scuber. Wilson Holiday is there. Brock looking for another assist, but he got greedy. And it's a great defensive play from Colin Berry. Here's Rader, chased by Ramsey. Scuber into a double team, and Larson gets there and then throws the score. In Atlanta. Hustle. Looking to get to 7-0. Holzmeyer shooting it, and it floats too far for Alec Wilson Holiday.
Trying to get a read on where the disc was going to go.
Huck the other way. Bergmeyer shooting it. Contact the other end. It's deflected by Holzmeyer and caught by an incredible bidding Matthew Johnson. The crowd's back into it now. 12 all.
Woo-hoo! Why don't you catch your blocks? You gotta catch your Ds. That is why. Trying to knock it to the ground. It sits in the air.
Savell Fernandez lays out to keep it alive. Klain rips it. Beautiful toss. Krennic on the doorstep and into the end zone for the wind chill score. Minnesota retakes the lead. Taylor on the doorstep. Austin Knabb beats Burnett on this one. And they wave at each other. Both these teams are in excellent playoff position in their respective division. But both coaches have talked about learning from going against another top-tier opponent, the type of team that you might see at championship weekend. And Justin Burnett again intercepts the pass from Miller, shoots it deep for DeClercq. Minnesota doubles their lead. It's been an up and down night for Justin Burnett, but he comes through here in the fourth with the D and the dime. Wind chill by 2.
Dylan DeClercq is so fired up after that one. And why not? He saw the turnover happen and he immediately...
All right, now Minnesota on offense with a 1-goal lead. All the wind chill need to do is hold, but an incredible layup play. That's Tanner Robinson poaching off the weak side handler and full extension into the lane. Incredible block from Robinson. And it's bookends for Tanner Robinson, and we are tied as the hustle break in less than 30 seconds on that play.
Kenny Taylor with the assist, but oh wow, Tanner Robinson.
How will this wind chill O-line respond? Another tight window throw, and it's a very fortuitous catch for Vinoka, who shoots it deep near the sideline. Snyder is inbounds, and he's in the end zone. That had conservation of greatness written all over it for Vinoka, but greatness relentless for Bevon. St. John's comes with a surprise double team, and Bevon calmly scoobers over it. Downfield, it's Brandt. And then crossfield, Krennic wide open. Wind chill by 2.
What a dot from Will Brandt. The wind chill in control at home against the league's best team.
Just like we all expected, or not, at this sparkling facility here in the Twin Cities. Crossfield hammer to Lacey. Wind chill, we're down 12-10 late in the third. They close the game on a 7-3 run, and they'll celebrate a victory here at TCO Stadium. 17-15 over previously undefeated Atlanta. What a game.
An incredible night for the wind chill and their coaching staff. They had the game plan.
Justin, what a game. How did it feel to be playing your old team?
It felt great. It felt awesome, seeing Tuba and the guys. A lot of trash talk, a lot of competitiveness, but I knew I was going to give my best game to them. I knew they were going to bring their best game to us, but at the end of the day, the best team won, so that's all it is.
Okay. The game against Chicago versus the game tonight, it looked like two entirely different teams. What was the shift?
Confidence and chemistry. That's all it was. That Chicago game was our first O-line and D-line's first time putting it all together in front of the fans at home. And we had a lot of kinks we needed to work out. We went to Philly, we worked it out, beat them convincingly, and then we came here and proved that it wasn't just a mediocre team. It was our team being the best.
Yeah. Okay, that was great. And not to make you a villain, but the one throw that you may have dropped, What was your thought behind just picking that up and chucking it?
Hey, the ref's got to make the call there. I think there was a really bad throw that Hayden had that hit the ground and they didn't call anything. So my thought process there is it's a ref game. They got to call it. I think, I had it off my foot, but if that's not the case, that's whatever.
Totally fair. Yeah. All right, last question. Yeah. What do you think it's going to take to get Minnesota back to Champ Weekend?
Exactly what you saw on the field today. That and more. I think we showed you the product. I think we showed we can beat the consensus at the time #1 team in the division, and not in the division, but in the UFA. So expect more of the same. And my mantra is always more. We got more than what we showed tonight, and you're going to see it coming.
Love it.